Hey, Cards fans, welcome to the Redbird Rundown. This is Andy, this time, not sick, joined with Jonathan and Matt. And in this episode, we'll discuss the key moments from the games this week. They were fun to watch, that's for sure, and suggest what to watch for next week's action. A little preview of what's to come. But first, Jonathan, you had some Florida time, didn't you?
I did, but before I get to Florida time, how you feeling?
Yeah. I heard
yeah.
listen to the pod. Listen to the pod. It is not pleasant.
Yeah.
It's not. And the older that I get, I don't want to gross anybody out. So here, like a bit of a trigger warning. I'm not going to be too much.
Please go ahead.
You may as well. I was going to say. You may as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys found the perfect upchucking shutout? Like
no.
I'm talking like where your head is in conjunction to the toilet. Here's one for you. I had a guy I work with. He's like, I just go outside and throw it up and hose it off with the hose. I was like,
I actually don't hate that. I don't hate that.
Yeah. He's like, I just throw up where the hose is and I just rinse it off.
Every time I throw up, I'm like, no, this is the end. I'm dying. It's been a good run.
100%.
Like
Here's
my forehead is sweating. It's terrible.
If I'm too far over the toilet looking down at the toilet, right? Like just accepting, looking with the cold, holding on to the cold toilet.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Do you guys find that if you go too far, that it goes up the nose, like the puke? Do you have that problem?
Yeah. I hate to see. Yes. Yep.
Because, and then it burns, right?
Yeah,
Acid up in the nose. It's the worst. And so I've had to develop this, like, I sit like a catcher. Right, I'm like calling signs.
We call it
and
the
so
yachty.
It's like doing a squat. I have to like keep my chest up, like in order to, and my head up, and so I have to like projectile more so it doesn't go up nose.
Wow. I know everybody listening wanted to hear that. I do, but you know what?
It's a problem that no one really talks about.
It's very true. And I was saying last week, Matt, I feel like we talked about Andy like he was dead, and it turns out he kind of was.
He was pretty close to dead. And I don't know if the listeners can hear it or not, but it has migrated to my house too. I went the whole winter. I work at a high school. Mm-hmm. The kids were snotting all over the place, all around me, and it finally caught me. I think I'm already on the upswing. Like I felt bad Wednesday. We're recording this on Saturday, so
yeah,
my voice doesn't sound great, but I feel pretty good. So we'll just.
So Jonathan, the
vibes are good. The Cardinals
vibes
are good.
Well, and the last time, Jonathan, that I threw up was actually in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
I did over New Year's.
What a great transition.
I know, right? So go ahead.
No throwing up in Florida. Just some pretty interesting things. So I got a few for you. And this is all baseball themed. So
good.
My wife and I went down there to visit my mom, which is also both of your mothers, too.
Are you serious?
I don't know if you knew that. Yeah. We visited her in Lakeland, which is the spring training home of the Detroit Tigers.
Okay.
So one morning we went to get some breakfast at this bakery, which was unreal. Had a cinnamon roll that was top 3 of my life. And we've talked about that before, but that's a big deal.
Cinnamon rolls are serious.
Yeah. So there's a huge long line. I'm sitting towards the front of the store as people come in. This guy walks in. We're waiting for our order to be called out. This guy's jacked. And I'm like, oh, he's somebody, like you see his stature and you're like, he's not a basketball player, because I feel like you'd immediately know that.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw him, I was like, yeah, he was somebody. Well, 10 seconds later, as he sat like 2 seats away from me, this family with all Detroit Tigers garb went over and started talking to him. Okay. And I was overhearing their conversation. And so the guy, it was Matt Vierling was his name. I think he played with the Phillies, but he actually is from St. Louis.
Oh. So
this is the funny part, is after he was talking to this Tigers, these people, they had him sign something. He said, hey, I noticed you got a St. Louis hat on, because why would I not?
Yeah, sure.
I had a Cardinal hat on. He goes, well, why are you here and not in Jupiter? So he talked to me. I just want that to be on the record.
Okay. He approached you.
He approached me. I was like, I gave him the little spiel, and I said, yeah, but I've been to Jupiter. It's really cool. That was a lot of fun. And he's like, yeah, I'm playing for the Tigers. Yada yada. And I'm like, that was kind of a little bit of a flex there. I like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't. I'm just on, PTO. No big deal.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was a very cool guy. He lives out in Chesterfield. It was kind of interesting to talk to somebody that has like, St. Louis experience. Like when you say where you live in St. Louis, we kind of have to like regionalize it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not say exactly where we are, but I was like, oh shoot, you might actually know where this is. And he did, turns out.
Okay.
So, yeah, so pretty neat. So he was was a really nice guy. I didn't get a picture or anything because I always feel kind of weird because they just gotten their food. And I was like, this is just a guy trying to eat this sandwich he got.
Of all the talents in your life, you have the weirdest talent of running into professional baseball players.
Accidental paparazzi. That's what you are.
It's unbelievable.
It is kind of crazy.
I told my wife, I'm just going to start wearing a body cam. You just never know. I'm just going to flip it on when it happens. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was one bit of the story. So that was neat. Cool guy.
Yeah.
Second one, that was the day of the Tigers game we went to.
Okay.
We went to a Tigers game. Super cool stadium. It's like a really nice AAA stadium. It's not huge, but if you watch them on TV, it's a little bit smaller, but very, very nice stadium. So before first pitch, probably 10 minutes or so, my wife and I decided to walk around the entire stadium, starting from home plate. Like, you just kind of get the lay of the land, see what kind of food they have, etc.
Yeah.
So we go around the outfield. It's open, right in the outfield, right, center, left. And as we're coming back left field towards third base, the concourse, it's like where the seats start to go up again, like you're walking underneath it, as I try to paint a picture here. And we're about 10 feet underneath these bleachers or on these seats, and I turn around because I see a bunch of people running. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like instinct. Immediately turn around, run. Okay.
Yeah.
Out of the corner of my eye, as I'm coming under the stands, this ball, this ball comes down, and I see it and just stick my hand out, one hop, snag it like a goalie.
Yeah.
Snag it like a goalie. Turned around, looked to my wife, ball in the air, just ran at her, just yelling. Just yelling. And I looked at her and I'm like, I have 100% peaked. So
yeah,
Austin Wells.
Okay.
Little foul ball action. That was nothing but pure instinct. So I still got their hands.
That's great.
That is not where it ends, though. I'm almost to the precipice of Mount Everest. Okay.
Oh my!
Right.
The peak. We haven't even achieved the peak. So after that, I'm like, well, I got to get a hot dog now. What else am I going to do? Yeah. So we're sitting in the line, or we're standing in the line, and this is a random detail, but still pertinent to the story. I had prescription sunglasses on, and we're in the shade, so everything's darker. Okay.
So you take off glasses.
So no, I got them on because if you take them off, then it's like that's really rough.
You're blind.
Okay. Exactly. So this is the weirdest concession I've ever seen because you're self-serve. So you walk up and they have like a sliding door and you just pull a hot dog out and go pay for it, which is fantastic. Makes the line go by a lot quicker. The problem was there was like a queue right there because people were waiting for chicken or whatever. I'm not really sure why you're getting chicken tenders there, but that's beside the point.
The tendies.
Yeah, that's right.
Crowd.
So I'm standing there and I ask one of the fans to stand, and I'm like, hey, is this just self-service? Can I just grab one? And he goes, yeah, go in there and get it. Another guy behind him says, oh, yeah, it's double for Cardinals fans. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. Well, I still have these glasses on, so I can't really see because it's glass with a black frame. So I'm like kind of struggling, and it takes me a minute. And he goes, oh, I guess the Cardinal fan can't figure it out. I'm like, all right. Finally figured out. Pulled the thing to the side, got the hot dog, looked at him, and I said, I guess all we know how to do is win. Walked away. His buddy gave him like the, ooh. I looked at my wife again, and I was like, we're buying a lottery ticket. This is I have never. I'm at the top. Got back to my seat and I was like, well, don't care what happens in this game.
Yep.
I've already seen.
I thought
you
were going to say you turned around and it was Miguel Cabrera in live.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I know, right?
I just poor guy. He was just trying to poke fun, but I didn't even mean to roast him like that. But I just kind of did.
Yeah. It happens.
Don't come for the Cardinals. So there's Florida for you. It was a good time.
Okay.
Met some people. Good. Grabbed a foul ball and roasted a
Tigers
in the line.
Good. We like
there you go.
We like it. Yep. Good.
Well, getting to this season, the first two games, the second game just concluded as we are recording this, and it has been fun to watch the first two games of the Cardinals season for sure. I think that it is obviously lots of things that we like, few odd things that are happening on the base paths. What are we doing that we don't like? But something that I personally do like, and I'm going to call it the Flappy Bird. I enjoy the celebration, the Flappy Bird that's happening out. When they're, certain teams have certain things they do back to the dugout when they hit a double or get a big hit. And what do you guys think? How do you feel about the Flappy Bird?
Flappy Bird. I'm thinking Noot had to have come up with this. I feel like he probably came up with it. It makes so much sense. It doesn't look like a chicken, like full wing up and down, like really getting into it. So I kind of like just a little hand thing.
Yeah.
It still looks kind of goofy, but it just makes the most sense.
You got to sell it because, you can look like a dork out there.
Yeah, you don't want to roll the spine and come back,
Well, I saw the B reel of the team running off after they won today, and Noot is out there.
Yeah.
He is just like in full flap mode. Like on the base pads, they're just giving the little hand flaps, but Noot is
Yes.
out there just going crazy. So here's my question: is when they're doing the Flappy Bird, what
Uh-huh.
voice do you hear in your head? Because the voice I
Oh.
hear is like, "Yeah, guys, I got another hit." Like it's just like a little, you know what I mean? Like it's a little thing. So it's like Willie's out there on second base. He's like, "Yeah, boys, I just did it."
Yeah. Yeah, Willie's Big Bird out there, but yeah.
Yeah, he's Big Bird. I like that. Yeah, I'm just happy that the Cardinals are having a little fun. Obviously, against the Twins, we're not playing the Dodgers, or an NL East team. Just pick one. So it's good to get a little confidence going here at the beginning of the season. Next person I want to talk about that I'm personally, and I know we all are happy about, is Vic taking the center field job after a smash up job in the spring, and he looked absolutely filthy today with his little league baseball play of bunt single turns into double one pitch later. Reminded me of some De La Cruz action for the Cardinals version of that. Boys, what do you think about Vic?
I am prepared for Victor Scott II to be my favorite Cardinal.
Yeah,
He's like, I have
Amen.
this weird thing when I go to the beach that I like wave jumping, but I like when it's a red flag day because I'm ready for the wave to just hit me, drag me through the sand. Like I want to get up with like blood on my arm. Like I love it. So I'm just waiting for the Victor Scott wave to just take me. And it never happened last year because he just didn't perform. But the one thing I'm wondering is, I mean, it's 2 games. It's been awesome. There's no need to talk about any numbers. Like he's making contact on the bases. The dude is a complete menace.
Yeah.
Does this not feel like such an anti-Cardinals move for where they always have been the last few years? This is not the path of least resistance. This is directly causing Nolan Gorman not to get as many at bats in the first 2 games. And I have to wonder, I'll just ask the question off the top. Is Keim already blooming here? Like, how much do you think
That's
he
a good
has to
question.
do with this decision?
I kind of think, Andy, I was thinking this almost feels like Ollie just putting a move in the driver's seat. Like I wonder because I've heard him say, and I'm not saying that it's not Heim or the front office, but he said basically, hey, we asked him to work on things in the spring in the off season. He came in, did that. He had results. We're going to reward that. I wonder if it's like we're going to stick with our guy, which is even more kudos and points into the Ollie column.
It is.
I love it.
I do too. I don't know if it's going to work out. I'm not saying he's going to be an all-star or anything like this, but this feels like a non-Cardinals move.
It does.
That we need to do this year. And, so far, 2 games in, the guy's swiping bags, making great plays in center field. Like, you can see the blueprint of what Victor Scott brings to this team, and it's something good. It really is.
Well, and I've seen some of his quotes, too, like after he won the starting job. Like, he's kind of oozing a little swag right now. He was like, I know what I worked on. I know what I did, and I'm going to show you the player I am in spring and also in the season. And I'm like, dang, dude. Like,
great.
So I love it for him. He looks so locked on everything, though. Defense, he's locked on. You said it, Andy. Base running.
Yeah, and just the general feel, like 1 through 5, or 1 through 5 hitters, and then just the whole team seemed like the hitting approach. Like I liked it, and they kept on saying in the broadcast that I was listening to and watching that Brownie, I guess Brant Brown has been saying that what was it? Home runs aren't hit, they're thrown. Okay. So as in you got to wait for your pitch to hit the home run. Don't go chase a ball to hit a home. You got to make good contact on the correct pitch. And I definitely like that. The patience is showing up. The Noot homer, like he golfed it into the,
he did.
He was just trying to make contact, and he made enough contact to send that sucker out. So, boys, the hitting, again, like you said, Matt, it's 2 games. But, hey, there are a whole lot worse ways to start 2 games and look like a bunch of failures out there. We're hitting the ball.
It just feels totally different, though. It feels like we're swinging at the pitches we should swing at. We're taking the pitches we should take. And again, it's a long season. There's going to be, ruts and things like that. But I wonder if Brownie, like, is he going to be our Buddhist guru or something? Because I've read quotes where he's like, there's a time to slug and a time for contact. Right. Yeah. And he's walking by in the cages and he's like, what's your plan? What's your plan? What's your plan? What's your plan? So he's driving that in. And I have no idea what past hitting coaches have done. But if this is what it takes to get the guys on the team to be swinging, because sometimes guys will go up there first pitch swinging, that's a fastball, and they're swinging that. And I have often thought, guys, that was your pitch. You're going to see one the whole at bat, hit it. You know, so so far, let's extend Brent Brown. I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, Brownie's just sitting at the top of the perch down there in the dugout too.
He is. He's locked.
I love, like, he looks like he's going to try to kill somebody.
Yeah,
at the top of the step.
He does. He looks like his jaw is constantly clenched.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, get this guy a mouth guard.
Yes.
No, I think that's just a job part of being a hitting coach, right? It's just like your blood pressure is much higher than it should be. You got locked jaw. It just is what it is, right?
I'll tell you too, because it's interesting that the hitters I've noticed absolute change are Noot. He is swinging more.
Yes.
He is still very selective, but he's swinging more. I mean, you can just see it. I often thought many times in the past few years, he's probably the best hitter on our team. Matt, you've been all over Noot for a long time.
Oh, we're about to get the Noot loose up in here.
Yep, that's exactly right. But like he feels like he's swinging a little bit more. Donnie feels largely the same, but you trust him. He's going to just be annoying the whole time.
Yes,
Arenado does not look like he's focusing necessarily on slug. And I don't want to say Turner Ward was just a slug guy, but it could be that, right? Mm-hmm. Willie kind of looks a bit lost, right? He does. Swinging out of his shoes.
He does.
Yeah.
Walker, as I'm sure we'll talk about him more later, but he looks patient and like he's swinging at the right pitches. The problem is, it's like those are the guys I've noticed a good change. Then you look over and we'll eventually talk about Win, and it's like, why don't we listen to like Confucius Brownie here, and just make contact, because that's what it looks like these guys are doing. You guys are nailing it.
Well, let's plant our flag here. I know we're going to end the episode with things to watch. This is, of anything this whole season, our hitting approach is probably the thing to watch. And so if it continues to look different and good in this direction, the only person I know to give credit to is the guru himself. Like, that's the change we've made. Brownie's come in, and maybe that's what we needed. I don't know.
Something I was thinking about today when I was sitting on the couch watching was, like, he looks so locked in, but he got fired mid-season with Seattle. It sucks.
Yeah.
He found a lot of success in Miami. He that's the team that made it to the playoffs, was Skip that first year.
Yes.
Then he was with the Dodgers prior to that, has found success everywhere he's gone. Goes up to Seattle. Whatever happens.
Some good details about that. I didn't know that about him.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work out, right? So he gets fired and he comes in. He's probably like, listen, I'm about to make a name for myself again. I'm not as bad as what this looks like up in Seattle. So he's
got something to prove.
That's what I mean, is he's got something to prove. Just like a lot of these new hires, they have something to prove here.
Yeah, and statistic that I saw got put up in the broadcast today, it might be just a throwaway stat that they put up there, but Nolan's bat speed was in the top 4 increase from the end of last season to spring training. Wow. So maybe there is something. Nolan has not looked bad at the plate.
No, he has not. Do you guys know who the top 2 hardest swinging players on our team are? Do you know? Like, if I
do not. I mean, I could get Walker's got to be one of them.
Okay, Andy, you got a guess?
Willie's up there swinging hard.
That's it. You guys nailed it both. Both of them. Willie and Walker are, and I think Baker's like 3rd, but 81 and a half on just about all their swings. And the average is in like the high set, like 77, 78. So those guys are up there not getting cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Matt, you're looking like so far like this Swami out there with Noot. I got lots of texts from a few people that are the casual Cards fans watching opening day, and I got lots of Noot texts, right? So I just kind of, one of them I just kind of responded, was like, it's crazy. My brother called this,
He did.
Yeah, clear out, boys. The Noot is loose. Let's get him on that, NL All-Star train. I think it's been there the whole time, though. The StatCast data, you can go look at it. The guy hits the ball hard. He's selective. To Jonathan's point, maybe we're swinging it like a little bit more aggressive, but Noot can hit, and he hits the ball hard. And when he came up today and there was 2 outs and the bases loaded, I was like, well, this is exactly the guy I want to. I mean, I'm just going to plant my flag right here. This is the best hitter on our team. I love him in the leadoff spot. He is selective. He will take walks. He can do damage. And honestly, let's give the best guy on our team the most at bats. That's exactly what's going to happen in the one hole. Put him there, leave him there. Don't move him. The Noot is completely and totally loose.
And I got to say, I got to give him some flowers here for that diving play in left field today.
Yeah.
I was critical of his center field defense, which I still would stand by that, just because it's harder to range out there. But him in left, he's solid. And I was, I don't know about you guys, but I was absolutely terrified that he was going to come up and like his entire
exactly.
And it's like, please no. But he's been a revelation. You said what'd you call him, Andy? The Swami?
Swami. Matt was
Swami?
the
Matt's
Swami,
the
yeah.
Newt Wami.
Newt
No?
Wami. I have had fun watching minus the 9 hole. It's been fun watching 7, 8, 1 thus far in the lineup.
Well, that's the other thing. If those guys lower can get on base, Noot can get some RBIs. He can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's really fun to watch the two guys scrapping down there, and Jordan Walker and Vic, probably something to prove, both of them.
Oh, yeah,
for sure.
And then watching Little League Baseball happen, and then Noot comes up, makes contact, and all of a sudden Vic's home.
Yeah.
And that's just Little League ball right there.
And did you guys see Walker's single on opening day where the camera couldn't even catch up with it? I looked at the StatCast. It was 116 and a half off the bat. Didn't even look like he was doing anything.
Man. You can't teach that. That's the thing, is that, again, Walker, I mean, let's just jump into Walker as a like here. It looks like to me, after not looking real good in spring training, like there's a calmness about him, a selectiveness. And so he's trying to do damage on the pitches he can do damage with. He is laying off that low and away slider. Again, I know there will be ups and downs this year, but you can't teach 116.5 miles an hour. And I think the key is let that guy hit those worm burners, because eventually they'll become line drives. They'll become fly ball. This is the development path we want to see for Jordan Walker. And there's just nobody else on our whole team that can hit the ball that hard.
No, that's Shohei territory.
It is.
Shohei's ripping
Giancarlo
the
Stanton, crazy. That's crazy hard.
Yeah. And I always, we reminded ourselves in the offseason that he's so young.
He is.
He's so young, and he was, very up and down last year and the year prior. But if he just sits in there, and did you guys notice his new stance, by the way?
Yes, I did.
A little more compact. He's just going bat to ball. But every time I watch him lay off one of those pitches, I just want to physically go pat him on the back.
Yes.
Great work.
Pop out of the dugout.
Burley today.
Just give him a little shoulder massage real quick.
Yeah. And Burley definitely was doing the standard thing of helping out his bro at second. He was staying on second, and he was a couple times motioning. It was down and away is where the catcher was setting up, and so that definitely helps if that's coming.
That's got to be so fun. Standing there at second.
Yeah.
Quick on Burley. You mentioned Burley here. Are we scared that he's just going to swing at everything possible all the time?
Yeah.
A little bit. Are we scared? He swings it. He can make contact. Maybe some of the best contact I've ever seen. He hits, everything, no matter where it is. But it's if he would be patient just a little bit more and wait for the middle pitch, I think he'd like it more.
Well, maybe we should have made Matt Carpenter a 26 man again. Burley talked about last year, Carp kind of teaching him to be a little bit more patient. And there's, if Burley would take Noot's approach, what I'm saying? That's what's so special about Noot to me, is he's got the approach, he's got the skill. Burley's got the skill, but he's just up there, buddy. He's got a boat oar and he's gonna rake. He just is. Good pitches, bad pitches. And he can make contact.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. And bouncing back to Nolan and what he again, that first game, I don't know if you read the same article. You probably did, where he talked about what that meant to get a curtain call. What people cheering for him as they were introduced on opening day. We have been some shipping Nolan for sure. But as a human, I can understand emotionally how it is difficult to not be robotic. Right. And so I'm proud of us always as St. Louis fans that we show people respect, and we're a good home base. We're good good baseball fans. What do you guys take away from that? Are we still, for right now, he got a curtain call, and, is he still same old? Are we going to hold our breath here? What are we doing with him?
I to your point about us not booing him, I don't even know why. They shouldn't have, even if they did, right? It's not his fault. He has the no trade clause. It's not his fault.
No, he did. They cheered him, actually.
They cheered, which was, you're right. Let's just stop there. That was great. Very good for us to do that. He is a person. I know we have advocated for him to be traded, and I still will probably say that just because, right? If he's good for us, that's an asset that we can flip maybe, and it helps our team in the future. But him being good is great, right? His attitude as a leader and as a person is so much better when he finds success on the field. He's a guy who wears his emotions on his sleeve, and I get it, right? But it's been really exciting to see him do this the first couple games. He doesn't look like he's trying to smoke everything, but like he lofted that home run out of here. I didn't think he was going to get out. I mean, exit velocity of 99. I thought it was going to be a long fly ball, but hey, it snuck over. If he's just a contact hitter, he is, let me scratch my prior statement about Burleson, probably the best contact hitter on our team. He's always squaring stuff up. Maybe he isn't going to hit as many home runs like we've talked about, but it's exciting for him to see that. And if he continues this kind of contact first approach, which I'm sure if you asked him, he's probably not going to say that's what he's doing. But if he does that, I mean, that's going to be better for us if he gets on base. I know he's not Vic fast, but we need people on base. So Matt, is that what you thought?
Yeah, I think so too. I also have complex feelings on Arenado. I'm not sure he fits our timeline. I'm not sure he fits this team, but if he's going to find success, I think we can compete in the NL Central this year, and he is going to be a big piece of that if he's going to find success. What I have found interesting with him is I've seen some quotes about him talking about his body feels much better. I just kind of wonder if last year, if there was like an underlying injury or something going on with him that we didn't know about, because Andy's already mentioned it. His swing velocity was higher at the end of last year. He's carried that over. I mean, you don't have to be a math wizard to understand the harder you swing, the better and harder contact you're going to make. And he can still pick it at third base. He's already had a couple nice plays this season. So it's nice to have a future Hall of Famer on the roster for the St. Louis Cardinals. And so, again, I don't know if he fits as well anymore, but if we get off to a great start and he gets off to a great start, I think we could be onto something good here. But let me just take a half a step back and talk about the opening day pageantry of the Cardinals. I know it's such a thing, like the Clydesdales and the Red Jackets, and we get to sit the World Series trophies out there. But players will talk about that. Like, it is hard to outdo what St. Louis does with opening day. And there is something special about this franchise, and there is something special about the place that we're in.
Yep.
And I know that's like mushy gushy, but I really do think that matters. I think that's why Sonny Gray stays. I think that's why Wilson Contreras says, no, keep me on this team. And that's awesome to see. And we're all kind of riding high because the first two games, but like, this is it. This is St. Louis Cardinals baseball, right?
No, I agree. And I think Shadow, like my favorite thing about opening day is the Dalmatian. Isn't that so dumb? But like, where are you going to see a Dalmatian? You ever seen a Dalmatian in the wild?
Not really. Nope.
No. So it's like, hey, you know what? We're bringing some respect to the Dalmatian, but I couldn't agree more with what you said.
Well, I think emotionally for Nolan, it's got to be just so much pressure off of him. You know what I mean? Like, he's got a homer, he's had a couple of good games, and that does loads.
He said it. He said, I don't normally get moved by that stuff. You know, he's like a pretty locked in guy, but he said that opening day stuff, it got me. You know, I really appreciated that. I don't think he was just saying that because he didn't have to say that, right?
No, right.
Do you think it's kind of like, I read a story where Mo was being a little more sentimental this time around because, John Mozeliak, it's his last year, he's retiring.
Mo heard some boo birds too.
Yeah. I was going to say something about that, but do you feel like some of his emotions hear him saying that? Because he did mention Arno to mention he was taking it all in. He really wanted to pay attention this time. He has no idea what his future is going to be. I know he controls it with the trade clause, but some of that has to be, this may be the last one that I see. So I want to make sure and really drink it all in. And
he kind of had a brush with baseball death, sort of. You know what I mean? Yeah. He thought there would be a big market for his services. I don't think that ever materialized.
Yeah.
I think he's a proud guy. I think he works hard, and like Andy said, this guy's a human being. And so if our fan base can support him, I thought that was awesome that the fans did that for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and we had almost an opportunity for Ryan Helsley to have 2 saves, but we poked him out in the bottom of the 8th. But boy, did he look electric on that first game. That first save of the season.
Yeah, I don't know what you do with him if you're batting.
Side note, the Twins took out the only person hitting for them yesterday, or the first game, which was Harry Bates.
Yeah.
All right. It was not in the lineup in the second game.
It was so he hit that home run, and I was like, man, that swing, like that is just quintessential Harrison Bader, who also had a double off of Helsley.
Yeah, exactly. A double off of Helsley. Otherwise, Helsley, I mean, he was painting corners. Stuff that was moving 102. No, thank you.
Yeah, it looks incredible. It looks as good as it ever has been. I will say one thing I have tried to look for, and I just haven't noticed it. I mean, granted, he's only pitched once. I need to see this cutter more. I don't know quite how much he's throwing it yet, but boy, he was, like you said, painting 102 on the corners. That slider was unhittable. Andy, I thought you did a great job this winter of telling everybody that's his best pitch. That's his strikeout pitch. That slider is what makes him unhittable. But boy, hell's bells were ringing. Guys, this is the blueprint, right?
Yeah.
Score enough, get good pitching. Helsley slams the door. That if we're going to compete, that's how we do it.
Yeah, and very few times did he look hittable last year. And like when he's fresh and he's good.
Oh.
I remember the Rosie, the Trevor Rosenthal years. He had a couple of awesome years.
He really
had
did.
A 45 save year, backed it up with a 48 save year, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Helsley just looks like a tier above that, and that's no slight to Rosenthal. It's just his stuff is just disgusting.
No, because my overarching memory of Rosenthal saves are like it's always like first and second, 2 outs. He's thrown like 34 pitches. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna be able to throw for 3 days. And my overarching memory of Helsley is just professional hitters up there looking stupid because Helsley is making him look like a little leaguer. This guy has elite stuff.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch him come out. Again, it's really fun to watch them coming out on all cylinders firing. The starting pitching, honestly, has done a very solid job. Again,
bullpen looked good too.
Yeah, good 2 games. So I have us at 79 more. All right, boys.
I don't know. I'm thinking 162-0.
Yeah, we're on pace for it.
Good. It feels good.
So, quick sidebar here, real quick. Not related to the Cardinals, just real quick. Something I do like following up with Arenado. Goldie led off today with a homer. But the Yanks poured it on with 9 homers today. That was absolutely a disgusting show.
I hate the Brewers, so that's great. It was 20-7.
That's great. Yeah, it was 20-9, I think, in the end. Yeah,
love it.
Yanks had 5 errors. I do want to point that out. Okay, so Chip Carey, Jonathan, walk us through some Chip Carey action.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna let Matt take Matt. I don't know. I'm a little afraid if he's gonna say he likes Chip or not. So I'm gonna let Matt go first.
No, I put Chip on the likes. I am a person that frequently, as the season goes on, I almost always have the game on the iPad because there's other things going on, and I almost always have the sound turned down. But on opening day, I listen a little more. Here's what I like about Chip: he has a personality.
Yep,
he knows he has a personality. He uses it. He doesn't take things too seriously until the moment is serious. And it's just one of those things with baseball that like you just spend so much time listening to it that you just kind of are like, oh yeah, Chip. You know what I mean? Like that's part of my life. That's what I do. Yeah. And I just find him to be very likable. I think there were some people nervous and he's had some missteps in the past, which, if you talk for a living, I think you're just going to make some missteps sometimes. For sure. But like I have really liked Chip a lot, like a lot.
Yeah, me too. I agree. I think he's got the voice for it too. Like I know that's his last name's Carey, but he's got the buttery smooth vocals too, when he comes in. But he seems like a genuine person. Like, he seems like a real guy. Like he
does.
It doesn't feel like his personality's fake. Like you just kind of get what you get with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Andy, do you like him? Do you like him on the call?
Well, I can't actually speak to this because I haven't heard him because
okay.
Yo-ho makes it to where I get sometimes the opposing team.
Okay. So, how are they? How are the Twins?
They're not happy so far.
And we like that too. That's great.
That's
wonderful. Yes. Always a bummer. I was excited about opening day, and then something we didn't like is the stormy season of spring is here in the Midwest, and there's like 2 severe thunderstorm warnings for Sunday and Wednesday this week. So we don't like the rain delays. That was kind of a bummer to probably, especially for, like Matt said, all the things that are done on opening day was kind of a nightmare logistically of like, well, did we do this? How long are we waiting? So we don't like to see a rain delay on opening day.
And
there's no good programming. You can't, there's nothing to transition to where you're like, let's watch it. You just want to watch baseball and there's just nothing good to do with it.
And this is not going to be the last one. Right.
No.
This is always how it goes for the first couple of months for us is we're going to have makeup games galore in August.
Do you remember that year that like 4 starts in a row, Waka had rain delays and rain impacted starts? And so it was like he was like a rain dancer, brought it with him. That was crazy.
that was I remember that. Yeah.
Something from the first game. I will say about the Twins coverage of Sonny Gray was that they themselves said that Gray is a like three at bat, like a two at bat guy, as in
Interesting.
like once you see him twice, that third at bat for Sonny Gray is difficult, and so you're only going to get 5-ish innings that are really good out of Sonny Gray, is what their scouting report was going down. So what do you think about some of that?
I think he averaged a little over 5 innings last year, so I don't know that that's necessarily super off target. I'd have
I
to
just
look at.
I just wonder if like what they're getting is like
Mhm.
inning 4, 5, 6 compared to 1, 2, 3. There's a definite difference, like a
I
disparity.
agree. I agree. I mean, there were a couple of starts he had early last year. One I specifically remember in Oakland, Rip Oakland, right?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
I mean, didn't matter. He pitched into the seventh, and it was like he was throwing 8 or 9 pitches in an inning. And when he was on, he was on. But I could see that, especially with his velocity being down. If
Yeah,
he's
that's something I
sitting,
kind of noticed as well.
yeah, if he's sitting 90, 91 as opposed to 90, I don't know, like 94, 95 with that really nasty slider sweeper, that's going to be different. That is going to be
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, this was something I did not like. I mean, Sonny is 35. He'll be 36 during the season. And he was talking about having to reinvent himself.
Same, brother. Same.
he was talking about having to reinvent himself. And I understand, that's just a time in his career. Now, I think he's a smart pitcher. I think he can make the adjustments and do that.
Yeah.
But, coming off of like watching Wainwright slowly degrade and we get ourselves into this sometimes we got aging pitchers. I mean, honestly, if you want another one, Michaelis has degraded over time too. And I think Sonny's starting in a much higher place than Michaelis is. But yeah, it'll be interesting to watch if that velocity comes up. Is there going to be like some kind of elbow concern? I don't like it because I am kind of concerned about it.
The only thing I'll add, this is the last point I want to make on this, was velocity does not equal outs. We know that.
No.
We know that. He is a crafty pitcher. I heard or read many comments in the spring where he was like, my velocity's still down. And I just thought, dang it, I just got to pitch here, right? I just got to figure out how to get these guys out. That's one thing in spring training. In the season, Matt, to your point, if he still has these problems and he's not hurt, well, he's going to have to adapt to that. But if he's hurt, I mean, we're getting McGreevy, right? But still, that we do not want to see that.
That is the one. I mean, you don't want any of your pitchers. Well, maybe not Michaelis. You don't want most of your pitchers to get hurt. I don't want Michaelis to get hurt either. But I think it would be an upgrade. But Sonny's the one guy that McGreevy can't replace that level of production that Gray's going to give you. I don't think.
Yeah, and I read an article and I was trying to find it, and I because I can't remember the fourth pitcher and that they had on there, and it was an article of like bold yet like reasonable predictions of the season. This was before opening day, and their bold prediction is that the Cardinals were going to be competing for the Central on the backs of 4 rookie pitchers. So they had Tink.
That could definitely happen.
McGreevy.
Yeah. Well, not Tink, but
yeah, no. So speaking of Tink, so something we don't like. That's why I wanted to bring that up. Is that we have Quinn Matthews was in that as well, and but we got Tink on the 60-day injury list. That's a problem with him, right? That's been the thing. That was our. If you go back and listen to our previous pods in the spring training or in the off season, Tink that's the big question mark on him is he's hurt.
Yep. He the official injury was like a rib cage injury, which is like I don't even know how you do that really, but you don't want to hear that for a pitcher. He's got all the promise in the world, but it scares me that he's never going to put it together. He's still pretty young. He's never pitched over 100 innings in his minor league career. Now, when he comes back, though, he's going to start in AAA, which he has not.
Yeah.
He has not gotten there yet.
Well, say it with me, everybody. There's no such thing as a pitching prospect. And here's why. It's just injuries. It just is. And I got news for Cardinals Nation. I think that Tink Hence is a bullpen guy.
Yeah,
I do. I just don't know that he's got the body and he's going to be able to handle the workload of a starter. And that really sucks because the talent is so, high with him. And I'm just afraid that we're never going to see him in the rotate. I'm feeling really down about Tink right now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Something else that I think definitely stood out to me, other than, and Vic was a victim once, what are the Cardinals doing on the baseball path?
Oh man,
That first game, the balk that probably wasn't a balk,
Bailed us
but
out of an
bailed
out.
us out.
two times.
Yeah. And yeah, then the throwaway, and then we got picked off in game 2. We must think that like we're onto something. And buddy, I don't know if we're missing by like maybe a quarter of a second, but we don't got it. Something's wrong.
I kept hearing Chip and Brad say, "Well, they must feel like they have something on this twin starter. They must feel like they have something on Lopez." And I was like, "Whatever they got, it ain't it."
Yeah.
They did it like 3 times. 3 times they went early. Walker did it again today, went early and got picked off at second base. Like it, wow. I'm okay with being aggressive on the base paths, but let's just let Victor do that and everybody else just take a nice
someone was
pill.
banging on the wrong drum. Trash can. Like they got the wrong signal.
I was thinking the whole time, I was like, you do know it's better to steal when they move towards the plate, not when they just come set.
I mean, so is that some spring training rust? Like they didn't get to practice quite, like something systemically is changing with it, because the Cardinals were not good base path runners last year, as in they were not aggressive. Do you think it's something that the coaching staff is trying to say, hey guys, let's focus on this? And well, whoops, we kind of messed up a couple of times. So there's a learning curve. Is this something that we can expect from the Cardinals this season? Is aggressive base path running, and well, we're gonna get thrown out sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's 100% something they're trying to address, because they got nailed for it last year. We were like 30th in stolen bases. We were really bad. Now I think there's some details behind that are, reasons for that. Not
there's
just
also
because we were
a fix
terrible.
for that this year. There's a fix. His name is Victor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Go ahead, Jonathan.
No. I completely agree. I don't mind us getting picked off. Like thrown out. I'm sorry, but like this whole like we're caught in the middle. We just look so dumb.
Yeah. So you don't mind being caught stealing by the catcher?
I'm okay with that if you feel like you got a good jump and you want to go and you want to. Because listen, getting thrown out is still a hard thing. Like the catcher has to, catch it, transition, throw. It's got to be a good throw. You put pressure on them. I'm okay with that. But this whole let's run early and assume Pablo Lopez is going to throw it into the left field suite. It's like that's not going to happen every time.
We got away with it. I feel like there has been this that I don't mean to take a negative tone here, but I do feel like in the first 2 games we've been getting away with some stuff. Like there'll be some of these singles that are like seeing eye singles that are not always going to happen. And again, baseball is a game of ups and downs. So it's not like we're just launching rockets off the wall the whole time.
No, you're right.
This team can be had. Yeah. This team can be had, and it's going to lose some games. But again, the blueprint for it working, this is it. But boy, the base passes, we got to do something else.
Well, and speaking of throwing, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know about Herrera's lack of, like, I heard you guys talk about it, but then then I actually saw it, and I man, like, yeah, it's not great. Like I thought that he like hit something, like he hit a piece of equipment, or like the throw was errant because of he hit something. No, that's his throw. It's not great. It's not great.
I just hope that he can get. He's never going to be Yachty. Obviously, nobody is. No. But I just hope he can get control of it enough so that we don't have to take his bat out of the lineup, because we got to have guys that can hit, and Herrera can hit. He launched a double today. Like, he can hit. But man, I'm not sure he could throw me out at second base right now if I took off from first base, because his first attempt just went into center field. You know what I mean? I can make it to second base if you throw it to center field.
And then the lollipop. It's just it's like the arc, I guess. It's just like, really, that's your throw? Okay.
You would think like strength and conditioning would help that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sitting here trying to call the guy weak. I'm not
a professional athlete. Like, he can do it.
I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, he's going to get picked on all year.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of people running on him. He just got to continue to hit, because you're right. I would rather them steal bases and continue to have his bat in the lineup, but Andy, that's not the last you've seen of that. But that was such a perfect first steal. He like threw like a fly ball into center field.
So I can definitely understand where you guys are coming from with Pages, subbing in late innings, doubling back to like Ciane made a wonderful catch in center.
Yes, he did
today. So the hands team, I can understand why you guys are like, yeah, Herrera. I saw it and I agree.
I think the hands team The hands team will occasionally cost us because they will score anyway with our hands team. And then we're going to have a crucial at bat, and Siani's going to be up there. But what we're going to have to remember in that moment is these great catches he's made, right? I think it's worth doing, but it is going to bite us sometimes, I think.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, something I'm going to have to leave to you guys. Brad, I had to look up who Brad Thompson was, the color comment. Since I'm Yohoan. Can you guys walk me through what's wrong with Brad?
Again, Jonathan, you may disagree with me. I think that Brad Thompson tends to be a little bit robotic when he's making his points. I also think he is like a twinge too happy all the time.
No, he does like Christian radio happy, like fake happy.
Yes. He has moments where he and Chip, when they're just going back and forth. Like, I do think those two guys like each other. I don't think it's bad all the time. Yes, I think it's natural. Yeah. I think that Brad Thompson is much better for like St. Louis Cardinals Saturday morning kids content than he is to be the color guy up in the booth. Like, it's just a little bit too much.
I don't disagree with you. He just, I said this purposefully about Chip. Chip feels like a genuine dude.
Yeah.
Brad, it feels like this is a little bit of a show, maybe. Mm-hmm. And I'm not doubting he's just like a really nice guy. It's just, it feels a little not real. And he also,
it'll just be like, Chip, this guy can pitch. Like, it's just a little bit too much for the moment sometimes.
It is. And I've noticed he says some of the same words over and over. Like a couple years ago, he kept saying high octane. Which at first I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then like 3 months later, I was like, say it again. Stop. Today, I've seen another one. He says leaks. And I just don't like that word leaks, So he's like, ooh, that pitcher wanted it, high up and in, but it leaked towards the plate more, And I'm like, oh boy. So just be looking out for the word leaks. He's on that.
Reminded us of Andy puking up his nose a little bit.
No. Yeah, I just think he could just almost like tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if it's that I literally will listen to a song if I'm not I'm on Spotify in my car, like the Christian radio. I will turn it off the
when
moment
they talk. I turn it off
immediately. Yes, it is disgusting.
It's horrible.
I cannot stand it. So if it's like that, I can understand why it's on the dislike for sure. Yeah. All right, so boys, let's walk through this coming week. What do Cardinals fans have to look forward to this week? Let's just hit a few bullet points here. We get Libby's first start. We're feeling good about that. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think this is exciting for him. He gets a chance to prove himself. He was solid in spring. Let's see what he can do. I love that we put him in there, so I'm excited to watch it.
I saw Marmol say that this is like a real run for him. And I think that's been a fan criticism that Libby, they'll jerk him around. He'll be in the bullpen, then they'll stretch him out, then they'll give him 5 starts, and he goes back to the bullpen. Just let this guy have some runway. If it doesn't go good, it doesn't go good. Just let him have runway to develop.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we also, speaking of the catcher duel back there, we're gonna have hands teams versus bat team. We got a split coming up this week. So something to look forward to. Of just to notice as a fan. To notice when Herrera is back there, try to see how aggressive teams are being on him. And Pages is back there. Also try to notice, are they being just as aggressive as they were on Herrera?
Yeah. That definitely 100% be watching out for that. I'm just hoping that teams forget that Pages has been put in and they try to run and think it's Herrera and there's just like a bullet down to second.
Let me see if I can Schwami this too. And this
please.
Is going to tick me off. I will predict right here and right now that Pedro Pages is going to be Miles Michaelis catcher the whole year. And I don't want Pages to play over Herrera. And I am over and tired of Miles Michaelis. And so the combination of those two things is going to leave me with negative feelings about Pages that I should not have, because I think that's what's going to happen.
Yep. I don't think I can disagree with you there.
Mark it down. And if I get this right, we're going to go get a lottery ticket or something.
We're going to go insult a Tigers fan.
Yes.
Well, if you want to go get a ticket right now for Monday's game, they're currently as lowest as $4 for the St. Louis Cardinals.
There's some empty seats. I know it was rainy today on Saturday, but there was empty seats.
Yep.
Yeah, the
Angels coming in.
Like,
Angels coming in. Broadcast said it was like 30,000 plus, and I was like, should it be 40,000 plus?
Yeah, I got eyes. That ain't 30,000.
Here's one last thing for me for what to look for is we go at the back half of next week. We go to the Red Sox. I think neither the Twins nor the Angels are going to be super good this year, and the Red Sox are probably going to be better. So that will be a good test on the road. to see where we at. Now, again, is baseball 3 games? There's all kinds of things that can happen. But what does that look like when we're playing a better team?
Yep, that's good. And last piece I have for us is I've been watching the minor league stuff. The AAA season started.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Last night was their opening day, I believe. Yesterday was their opening day, and we are on the road. The Memphis Redbirds are on the road in Louisville playing the Bats. And our buddy Jimmy Crooks smashed a 2-run home run last night.
There we go.
So we're talking about Pages and Herrera. Listen, Jimmy Crooks is legit too. Okay?
He's coming.
He can hit. He's lefty. He can.
What if he can throw?
Control.
Can he throw?
Oh yes, he's probably the best at the run game. He's probably the best that I've seen so far. So you got him in AAA to watch for. Also, Quinn Matthews right in AAA. He's going to start this upcoming week. McGreevy started. He got tagged a little bit, but McGreevy just needs to be in the majors. He can't pitch in AAA, but when he gets to the major leagues, he can.
Yeah, something happens to him. Yeah.
And then if you get a chance, I think it's April 4th is single A and double A is when they start. So the Palm Beach Cardinals, that's where JJ Weatherholt is. They reassigned him back to low A. I expect him to play there about a month or two and move straight to Peoria. I don't know why they would keep him down there for long. But I expect him to move up. But you will see more of those guys. Those games are going to kick off, and I'm hoping to watch a little bit of that and just see if there's anything interesting that sticks out.
That's great.
Well, Cardinals fans, I screenshot the boys after our opening day win and just said it's a wrap. We were first place in the NL Central.
Stop the season. Cut it off. The Cubs were 0-3. Perfect.
Frame it. Put it on the fridge.
We got to feel good about 2-0. And so let's just good feelings going to see. Like I'm also interested in what the Sox have for us out in Boston. So we'll have to see.
I don't know if they're ready for the Noot. He's going to stay loose, boys.
He is. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in for the Redbird Rundown, your go-to source for St. Louis Cardinals news. Please subscribe, rate, review the show to help us grow. Follow us on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Facebook for the latest news. And as always, guys, keep those Rise caps on. Let's go, Cards!
The Noot is loose.
Squat puking.